Patmos, a name that echoes through the corridors of history, shrouded in mystery and spiritual significance. This island, though small and seemingly remote, has played a monumental role in shaping the course of Christian thought and imagination. Nestled in the sparkling blue waters of the Aegean Sea, Patmos is a tranquil haven, its rugged coastline and gentle hills rising from the waves like a vision from another time. Though it may appear peaceful today, its past is woven with stories of exile, faith, and revelation. The ancient stones and weathered ruins scattered across the island are silent witnesses to centuries of human longing, struggle, and hope. Each crumbling wall and time-worn path tells a story, inviting us to listen closely to the secrets they guard. As the sun rises over Patmos, casting golden light across its cliffs and valleys, the island seems to whisper of exile, revelation, and enduring hope. The wind carries tales of those who sought refuge here, and of one man whose visions would change the world. It was on this very rocky outcrop in a humble cave now known as the Cave of the Apocalypse, that the Apostle John, exiled from his homeland for his faith, received a series of extraordinary visions. Alone and far from the comforts of home, John found himself at the threshold of the divine. These visions, recorded with trembling hand and steadfast heart, would become the Book of Revelation. This final book of the Christian Bible is a tapestry of vivid imagery, prophetic dreams, and powerful symbolism, woven together in a message that has inspired and challenged believers for centuries. The Book of Revelation is unlike any other. Its pages are filled with dramatic scenes, angels and trumpets, beasts and battles, a new heaven and a new earth. Through its words we glimpse a cosmic struggle between good and evil, and the promise of ultimate redemption. At its heart, Revelation speaks of God's ultimate triumph over evil, a victory that brings hope to all who suffer and persevere. It is a message that has echoed through the ages, offering comfort to the persecuted and strength to the weary. For countless generations, people have gathered in quiet chapels and grand cathedrals, reading these words by candlelight, seeking reassurance in times of darkness. The message of Patmos is a beacon for those facing hardship, a reminder that hope endures even in the bleakest moments. The story of Patmos reminds us that even in the deepest darkness, a single beam of light can break through. The sunrise over this ancient island is more than a daily miracle. It is a symbol of renewal, of faith rekindled, and of the promise that light will always prevail. Today, pilgrims from around the world journey to Patmos, climbing its hills and visiting its sacred sites. The ancient monastery that crowns the island stands as a testament to the enduring power of faith, its walls echoing with prayers that have spanned generations. Amidst the rocky landscape, wildflowers bloom and olive trees take root, a living reminder that hope can flourish even in the harshest conditions. Patmos teaches us that adversity can be the soil in which faith and resilience grow. As we set foot on this storied island, we join a long line of seekers, travelers, pilgrims, and dreamers, drawn here by the promise of revelation and the hope of transformation. The journey to Patmos is not just a passage across the sea, but a voyage into the heart of faith itself. Join me now as we explore the history, the sacred sites, and the enduring message of Patmos. Together, we will uncover the island's mysteries and discover what its story can teach us about hope, faith, and the light that shines even in exile. Imagine Patmos in the 1st century AD. Picture yourself standing on the edge of a world that feels almost forgotten, a place where the land meets the endless blue of the Aegean Sea. The island is small, isolated, and battered by the elements. In those days, Patmos was not a destination for travelers or pilgrims, but a remote outpost at the very edge of the Roman Empire, a place chosen for its inaccessibility and its ability to keep people apart from the rest of the world. The landscape is rugged and unforgiving. Jagged rocks jut out from the earth, and the hillsides are steep and treacherous. The ground is hard and dry, with only the hardiest plants managing to survive. Scrubby bushes and wild herbs cling to life in the cracks between stones, their roots searching desperately for water. The wind howls across the hills, carrying with it the scent of salt and the promise of storms. The Aegean Sea, vast and unpredictable, surrounds the island on all sides. Its waters can be calm and inviting one moment, then wild and dangerous the next. For those living on Patmos, the sea is both a lifeline and a barrier, a source of food but also a constant reminder of their isolation. The waves crash relentlessly against the rocky shore, shaping the coastline and echoing the loneliness of exile. Life on Patmos was harsh. The people who lived here, whether by choice or by force, faced daily struggles just to survive. Fishermen braved the unpredictable sea in small boats, hoping for a good catch to feed their families. The houses, built from local stone, offered little protection from the elements. Every day was a test of endurance, and every night brought new challenges. The Romans used Patmos as a place of exile, sending those they wished to silence or punish far from the centers of power. The ruins of ancient structures still stand as silent witnesses to this history, their weathered stones telling stories of lives uprooted and dreams deferred. For the exiles, Patmos was a prison without walls, where freedom was measured by the horizon and hope was a distant memory. They sent prisoners here far from their homes and families to live out their days in isolation. The journey to Patmos was long and difficult, and once here, escape was nearly impossible. The island's remoteness made it the perfect place for banishment, a land where the exiled could be forgotten by the world. Far from the comforts of civilization, the exiles had to make do with whatever they could find. There were no bustling markets, no grand temples, no luxuries of city life. Instead, there were simple stone dwellings, narrow paths, and the constant struggle to find enough food and water to survive. The island's isolation made escape nearly impossible. Surrounded by the open sea, with no ships coming or going except on rare occasions, the exiles were truly cut off from the rest of the world. The cliffs and rocky shores formed a natural barrier, and the vastness of the Aegean was both a physical and psychological wall. Life for these exiles was difficult. Water was precious, collected in ancient cisterns or drawn from deep wells. The fields were rocky and hard to cultivate, and every harvest was uncertain. Hunger was a constant companion, and the fear of running out of supplies haunted every household. They endured scorching summers, when the sun beat down mercilessly and the earth cracked with thirst. In winter, fierce storms swept across the island, bringing cold winds and driving rain. The changing seasons brought new hardships, and survival depended on resilience and resourcefulness. Food and water were scarce, every drop of rain was treasured, and every meal was hard-won. People learned to make do with little, sharing what they had and relying on the strength of their community to get through the lean times. The threat of starvation and disease was constant. Many did not survive the harsh conditions, and the abandoned dwellings and overgrown graveyards are silent reminders of those who were lost. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, the people of Patmos endured, holding on to hope in the midst of hardship. Yet even in these difficult conditions, hope found a way to blossom. In the quiet moments as the sun rose over the hills or a lamp was lit in the darkness, there was a sense that something greater could emerge from suffering. Patmos, though harsh and remote, became a place where resilience and faith could take root, and where the human spirit could endure against all odds. The Apostle John knew the hardships of Patmos firsthand. He was exiled here around 95 AD, accused of preaching about Jesus Christ. The Roman authorities saw him as a threat. They banished him to this remote island. John's exile was a time of great uncertainty. He was separated from his loved ones. He faced an unknown future. Yet he did not lose faith. He clung to his belief in God. He found solace in prayer and meditation. It was during this time of exile that John experienced something extraordinary, something that would change his life forever. John's time on Patmos was marked by profound spiritual experiences. He received visions from God, visions of the future. He saw images of heaven and hell. He witnessed the ultimate battle between good and evil. These visions were both awe-inspiring and terrifying. They revealed the power and glory of God. They also showed the consequences of turning away from God's love. John wrote down these visions. He recorded them faithfully. They became the book of Revelation. Today, pilgrims from every corner of the globe make their way to the tranquil island of Patmos, drawn by a sense of wonder and reverence. The journey itself is a kind of pilgrimage, as visitors arrive by boat, stepping onto the same shores that have welcomed seekers for centuries. The harbor bustles with anticipation as travelers, some on spiritual quests, others simply curious, set foot on this storied land, eager to explore its mysteries and sacred sites. Many come to Patmos to connect with the profound story of John the Theologian, whose visions would shape the course of Christian history. Standing at the entrance to the Cave of the Apocalypse, visitors pause to reflect, surrounded by centuries-old icons and the gentle hush of reverence. Some listen intently to local guides recounting the ancient tales, while others simply absorb the atmosphere, feeling the weight of history in the air. For many, Patmos is more than a destination, it's a place of deep spiritual significance. Pilgrims and travelers alike find moments of quiet contemplation, whether in prayer, meditation, or simply gazing at the island's breathtaking vistas. The landscape itself seems to invite reflection, with the rising sun casting a golden glow over the hills and the sea, creating an atmosphere that feels both timeless and sacred. Among the many holy places on Patmos, the Cave of the Apocalypse stands out as one of the most revered. Its entrance, adorned with religious icons and flickering candles, welcomes visitors into a space that has inspired awe for generations. The cave is not just a historical site, it is a living place of worship, where the faithful come to honor the past and seek inspiration for the future. According to tradition, it was within these humble stone walls that John received his apocalyptic visions, which would later become the Book of Revelation. The cave's dimly lit interior, filled with the scent of incense and the soft glow of oil lamps, creates an atmosphere of mystery and devotion. Pilgrims often gather here for prayer, guided by priests who continue the ancient rituals that have been practiced for centuries. Inside the cave, visitors can see a unique indentation in the rock, a spot believed to be where John rested his head as he received his divine revelations. Many reach out to gently touch the stone, feeling a tangible connection to the past. This simple mark in the rock serves as a powerful reminder of the events that unfolded here, and the enduring legacy of faith that continues to draw people from around the world. Towering above the Cave of the Apocalypse is the magnificent Monastery of St. John, perched high on the hill and visible from much of the island. The journey up the winding path to the monastery is itself a meaningful experience, as visitors ascend through olive groves and ancient stone walls, each step bringing them closer to this remarkable sanctuary. The monastery's imposing fortress-like walls have stood for nearly 1,000 years, protecting not only the sacred relics within, but also the spiritual heart of Patmos. Its architecture reflects both strength and serenity, with thick stone ramparts and peaceful courtyards where monks continue their daily routines, maintaining traditions that have endured through centuries of change. Inside, the monastery houses a remarkable collection of religious artifacts, each with its own story to tell. Display cases hold ancient relics, intricately decorated chalices, and centuries-old vestments, offering a glimpse into the rich spiritual heritage of Patmos. Visitors move quietly through the halls, pausing to admire illuminated manuscripts and relics that have been carefully preserved by generations of monks. Among the monastery's greatest treasures are its manuscripts, icons, and relics, each one a testament to the enduring connection between Patmos and the story of John. These precious items not only chronicle the island's spiritual journey but also serve as a bridge between past and present, inviting all who visit to become part of this ongoing legacy of faith, reflection, and discovery. Patmos today is a place of contrasts. Ancient history blends seamlessly with modern life. The island is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It attracts visitors from all walks of life. The main town, also called Patmos, is a maze of narrow streets and whitewashed houses. Small shops sell souvenirs and local crafts. The aroma of Greek cuisine fills the air. Despite its popularity with tourists, Patmos retains a peaceful atmosphere. The pace of life is slow and deliberate. The rhythms of life on Patmos are deeply intertwined with faith. The Monastery of St. John, with its monks and their daily rituals, is a constant reminder of the island's spiritual heritage. Throughout the year, Patmos comes alive with religious festivals. Easter is a particularly special time. Pilgrims arrive to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. The atmosphere is electric with faith and devotion. The story of Patmos is a story of hope. Hope that can be found even in the darkest of times. John's exile, though difficult, led to the writing of Revelation, a book that has brought comfort and inspiration to millions. Patmos teaches us that isolation is not abandonment. God is with us even in our loneliest moments. Suffering does not silence God. It can be a catalyst for growth and revelation. As we leave the shores of Patmos, we carry with us the enduring message of this remarkable island, a message of hope, resilience, and the unwavering power of faith. Patmos reminds us that even in exile we are not forgotten. Even in darkness, light will prevail, and even in the face of adversity, hope can flourish.